Live from Hicksville, Long Island, New York, Cadillac Ice Rink. This is game number 2 of the Catholic High School Hockey League Championship. And the St. Anthony's Friars, number 12 in our poll, hold a 1-0 series lead on their great rivals, the Chaminade Flyers. Hi again, everybody. Dan Savarino here with you this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Josh Drebsky, our producer, alongside with John Perez. And boy, oh boy, do we have a good one for you. It may be game number 2. But what a game 1 it was for St. Anthony's. Maybe the best contest they've played the entire season. In goal to our left, it's Paul D'Amatos. The junior does have championship experience. He was in net for 2 of them down at the JV level. To our right, Nick Wunderling. Won the varsity title last year wearing the black and gold. We break it down to center ice. It's Landolfi taking the faceoff against Sharetta. We're underway. Thanks so much for joining us here on News 12 Varsity. D'Amatos playing off the stick, pops up in the air, and it'll already go out of play, so our first whistle will come 14 seconds in. Well, season series, it's St. Anthony's who has swept the Flyers. All 3 games, including one here, the only game where Chaminade had a substantial lead of 2-0 going into that third period. A big comeback over the last couple of minutes, a game winner from Maulmeister with about 2:30 left. And that's what ended up giving the Friars that sweep in 3 straight games against Chaminade. Good play off the wall by Sharetta, the captain. He'll whip it around the boards to the near side of the ice. Of course, that game 1, which was just so perfect for them, and that's really the best way you can say it. Both sides, Ed Smith, the head coach for Chaminade, and Bob Lund kind of saying the same thing over and over. I mean, you can't just have a better game. Big drive from Sharetta, goes high over the cage. Still looking for the first shot on goal for either side. This is now the 4th time in the last 5 years these two teams have met in the championship game. Shot from the point, stopped by D'Amato, spills it out in front, and then jumps on it. Well, it came off the twig of Mancini, and Mancini knows a little something about, really threading the needle. He had a pass, which you can check out the highlight on News 12 Varsity. It might have been one of the most beautiful passes we have seen all season long, right onto the blade of Greg Barnich, and he buried it. One of the 3 he ended up scoring in game number 1. St. Anthony's has been exceptional these playoffs. Here's a chance loose in front. Couldn't get to the puck first, was Barnich, the alternate captain. A turnover. And moving up the right wing, it's Radin trying to chip and chase, but really blocked off by Ryan Haight. Again, that's the Chaminade way. Nobody hits harder in this league than them. If they get back to that grinding game, it'll work. Here's a chance in front. Tulio couldn't get to it on the centering feed. Cabal back to the point. Here's Ryan Haight, throws it on net, and D'Amatos makes a stop. A whistle will come. Well, how did they get here? It has been very, very simple so far for St. Anthony's. Unbeaten 17-0, and they took care of Fordham Prep with ease in their first series. They're outscoring their opposition a total of 17-2 in these playoffs alone. Meanwhile, Chaminade, one word you can say about this group, it's resilience. And that is what we have seen from them all season long, losing some key pieces throughout the course of the year. But on top of it, they were down and had a really tough game against Iona Prep, who Ed Smith told Dylan Butler and I back in the beginning of the season, that is the sleeper for this, because these are always the 2 teams that have been in the finals the last half decade. But boy, oh boy, Iona Prep has a very good team up and coming. Well, they took them to 3 games, including winning a shootout in the 2nd and 3rd game, getting Chaminade back to a championship appearance and looking for another title, the first one that they would take in a couple of years when they beat these Friars of St. Anthony's. Moving down the left side of the rink, and Maulmeister will flag it down in the far corner. Bumped to the boards by Corwin, and that'll cycle the puck to the far half wall. Top of the slot, feather the pass over to the near side. Cabal with the drive and misses wide left. After a good play by Tim Allen, big number 86. He throws the body, but the Friars get the puck back. We'll play it off the boards. And some chip and chase in the neutral zone. That's kind of the key of this, especially for Chaminade. And they did give it their all. It was really just a span of 7 minutes back in that 2nd period back in game 1 is where the wheels fell off. Another icing called. Less than 5 minutes in, skilly scoreless bout. You see Nick Kazi over there, his older brother on the team last year, winning a title. He'll love to do the very same thing as one of the sophomores on this group. A left circle face-off. Chaminade still looking for their first shot of the game. Won cleanly by the Friars. Mancini in his own end, trying the seam pass up the middle again. Couldn't find Joe Pacifico, and another icing will come back-to-back. Oh, the Flyers of St. Anthony's. Oh, excuse me, the Flyers of Chaminade. Friars, Flyers, always very close. After that win against Iona Prep, getting back over here, getting that shootout victory in the third game after they went back to overtime was just remarkable. The fact that they were able to stay into that game after going down 8-4 after game one. But one-goal games have really been the name of the game, including meetings here with St. Anthony's. They've been one-goal games except for that first opening meeting, which was also an 8-4 score. Good pass right onto the tape up the middle. Chris Parisi down the left side, tries to work past a defender and gets bumped into the boards. Playing it off the glass, a no-look pass by Pacifico is read all the way by Timmy Landolfi. It'll be chipped down deep, and Mancini will survey the ice. Plays it off the wall. Haggerty, who had a beautiful goal on this ice the last time they played here. Offsides, as Nick Kazi couldn't stay there, and a little bump in the process from Jack Corwin. Again, both teams played a little short-handed today, missing some pieces. Some stuff late actually forced a suspension for a couple of the Friars. Justin Veluzzi out, Connor Smith, he's out. Cirelli could not make it today due to other commitments. And on the other side for the Flyers, they're getting some pieces back, though, so that is a positive going forward. Here's Ryan Heat, the junior defenseman. Plays it off the board, just out of the reach of Tim Allen. Behind the cage, they'll work it around as Zamble tries to push it ahead. Shuffled up the middle of the ice, and it'll go all the way down the sheet. Corwin will be the first one to it. Corwin recently had to move back to D. Guy who normally was playing at the forward spot. Ryan Heck trying to work down the left side of the ice, loses a possession. Hit right to the sheet once again. Malmeister tries to move it. And now Trevor Radin. Again, Radin scored that game winner in the shootout using Liz's stick, number 4, after he broke his. Good pass up the middle. Allen dangles up the center of the ice. Taken away easily by Donnelly, who maybe has been their best defenseman all year. Now a turnover. Here's Tim Allen from the right circle. Centering pass, trying to find Malmeister, and just missed him on a slide. Well, that might have been the best scoring opportunity either side in this game. It's about 5.5 minutes in of a scoreless game number 2. Well, crowd not as wild as they have been in past for St. Anthony's Chaminade games. A little bit tougher. Of course, President's Day and the schools being off and whatnot, but they are back and they are getting ready. And Chaminade, of course, playing on their home barn, hoping to force a game 3. Should be Wednesday night. Dump and chase game does not work this time. Good pass as a cross-ice feed from Barnich just misses Tulio down the left wing. Skating away with ease, Alex Squeary. Lost for just a brief moment in the far circle, taken right back as Donnelly, the blue liner, gets rung up into the boards. And then Barnich bashes another flyer into the far wall. Here's Barnich, cross-ice pass, Tulio on the one-timer. He couldn't get all the shot attempt. Well, the physicality's starting to pick up here on both ends of the ice. Zach Morin, just inside the blue line, staying with the play into the near corner. Takes a hit, dispossessed of the rubber, and the outlet pass up the middle, getting sandwiched, was Barnich. Well, check that, actually was Haggerty on the far side of the ice. Bentley skies it into the air, but it will be an icing as Nick Kazi cannot get to the biscuit first. About 8:20 to go here in the first period. So far, that feeling out process for a couple of minutes Neither team wants to make too much of a mistake in a very important game number 2. Not many teams in the league and not many teams on the island have the depth that St. Anthony's has. Only loss of the entire year, including scrimmages, coming to Pelham, which we actually saw here on News 12 Varsity just about a month ago. Pelham, maybe one of the best teams around. Shooting right between the legs was Kazi, as he got it right between Connor Norton's wickets. So face-off coming at the left circle. But for St. Anthony's overall in the season in the league, averaging 6.5 goals per game, they've surrendered just 23, 25 if you include the postseason. Whereas we alluded to before, outscoring their opposition by a heavy margin, plus 15 in 4 games. Sharetta, the captain. Good stick check by Norton as he tries to move it down the nearest side. Guy who played back in his freshman year, stopped, more a lacrosse guy, and came back for another season. Saucer pass, Sharetta plays it off the boards, pinballs around, staying onside is Kazi, but he couldn't control the puck, and it'll just roll onto the cage for D'Amatos to his right. It's the neutral zone that is so important, according to Ed Smith. Speaking to him before this game, said if you turn over the puck against St. Anthony's in the neutral zone, especially your own end, but the neutral zone, they are going to burn you every single time with their speed. Chip down behind the cage. Donnelly will move it up the near boards to Raiden. Right in front of their own benches, it's McCormick. McCormick gets the first shot on net, and it came nearly 8 minutes for Chaminade. Wonderling with an easy stop with the right blocker. And another icing. And plenty of icing so far in this first period. Nick Wonderling on the other side of the ice. The netminder for St. Anthony's. Really stepped up, was wonderful in the playoffs and states. Earned that time last year. And with 2 guys who are seniors who were starting and splitting time. Not always an easy decision, but it's nice to have a 1A, 1B for Bob Lund. This will be deflected, so way off the icing. Getting to it first is Joe Cassidy. He has a goal so far this season in the 17 he's played. Michael Heck tries to play it off the board, soccered ahead, right onto the stick, and now dispossessed. A stick battle as Ray Hawkins will lose it, and McCormick will slide it off the boards. Good angle. Heck, one hand on the stick, tries to shield away to check. McCormick, centering pass, right in, score! On only their second shot of the game, it is the Flyers of Chaminade who lead. What a play that all started from number 24, Jeff McCormick, and then the speed of Michael Heck down the left side. Takes the bump, gets it over to McCormick. Nobody took Trevor Raiden, who was standing right on top of the paint. Wonderling got a piece, but not enough. A 1-0 lead for the home team here in game number 2. D'Amatos with a stop on a tough angle attempt that came off of Andrew Mancini. I'll check that, 84. It's John Fralenza. So Chaminade, again, who needs to win this game to continue their season. That's such an important first goal, considering that they really haven't gotten many shots on net. Hard blast from the point off of Joe Bentley, who was sticked and went into the netting. So another whistle will come. But in a game where, again, those icings really hurting St. Anthony's in the early going, could not get that speed, can't get that cycle game that they like to use, flying along the wings. And now they're trailing 1-0 in the process. Raiden, what a playoffs he has had. As mentioned before, the big shootout winner. 12 goals so far entering into this game today. So make it lucky number 13 for number 14. Here's Connor Norton. Gains the blue stripe, but they're going to say offside in the process. It'll bring us a whistle back in the neutral zone. It's Chaminade, as we mentioned before, has not led much in this series. before going into the final regular season meeting, they just weren't able to get anything going. Weren't able to hold the lead. They were trailing the Friars very early, less than actually 2 minutes in their first meeting over at Superior Ice Rink, one of the home barns for St. Anthony's. Radin bats it down with his hand, goes to the stick, but dispossessed by Haggerty, who flies up the left wing. Tullio dumps it off. Pulling the string was Forlenza. Didn't hit the cage, so now they cycle up. Radin throws a bump, chipped ahead, couldn't be kept in right at the point by Tullio, who has really been flying in the first couple of minutes of this game. Squeary bangs it down deep. Michael Heck to it first, the wraparound, and that got sticked into the slot one more time. And eventually another stick check by Haggerty gets the possession back. Tough pass, McCormick in front, couldn't get it to Michael Heck. Right now, St. Anthony's having a really tough time with this line of Radin, McCormick, and Heck. Trying to respond. Barnich flying up the right wing, asking for a call as it looked like he got slashed in the process. Radin pulls the string, and now will be a blocker stop to the far corner. Hecht has had a little pep in his step today. Spinning away from a check with Zamble, will move the puck, cross ice pass, and a hard one to Pacifico. Takes the check, still chips it down deep without an icing. Norton whips it off the boards. A rolling puck is now corralled back in the middle of the ice, angled right in front of the benches, and our first penalty will be coming of the game. Let's see who it goes against. I believe it is St. Anthony's. Ryan Haight to the box. So Haight for boarding, first power play of the game, and it comes at 10:45. It was actually the second power play unit that worked much better against this St. Anthony's group. We'll see what Chaminade can do with it. And now here is another whistle. I don't think anybody on the ice knows exactly what for. Oh, they're going to say it actually flipped up and hit the netting. So, face-off will stay inside of the zone. 22 seconds off of this. Squeary will end up taking the draw at the left dot. A tie-up. St. Anthony's comes away, sends it down the ice. Good play by Joe Pacifico, the alternate captain, with 8 goals on the season. On the real heartbeat kind of kids for this group, and that's why he wears the A on his sweater. Tim Landolfi up the middle of the ice to Parisi. Slides it along to the far corner. Radin, good stick check by Haggerty. Will get past one, zips past the second, but they couldn't clear. Held at a right point by Landolfi. Changes direction, cross ice pass. Trying the one-timer was Parisi, but couldn't get it off in time. And it'll be sent down the sheet with exactly a minute to play in this first power play of the contest. Squeary gets it in onside, but Haggerty will whip it down, not all the way though, as Landolfi can regroup back in his own real estate. Tape to tape on the outlet, and they've had some trouble since losing that draw of getting the zone entry one more time. Mancini plays it off the glass, now the boards. Kazi could not get it all the way out. Pitchforked down behind the net by Parisi at left point. And sent the length of the sheet one more time, right on cage by Haggerty to D'Amatos. Pressure coming from Kazi will end up bringing the face off at 16 seconds on this power play for Chaminade, their first one of the game. Again, it was the Radin goal on their second shot of the contest that gave them a lead. Late goals play so vital, especially in any playoff kind of game. Shot from the point from Zamble. Kicked into the far corner. Heck to Morwin. Morwin shoots right into the breadbasket of Wonderling, and that's going to do it for the first power play, as coming out of the box will be Ryan Haight. D2D back in their own end. Not many opportunities there for Chaminade. Not many good scoring chances at all for the Flyers. Mahlmeister, always to watch out with him. Right onto the blade. What a shot. What a save. Came right off of the stick of Cabal. Morin tries to skate out of harm's way. Alex Squeary with an outlet pass, but a poor clear attempt kept in by Zamble. Mahlmeister, glove stop by D'Amatos. He saw that the entire way. Oh, Mahlmeister, pesky player, can really get under your skin. Only a sophomore, plenty of talent. He's one of the few sophomores on this team who have really done such a great job this year. Him and Kazi in particular are two that really stand out, along with Mancini, Riggins. I mean, they have sophomores on this team. Kazi, excuse me, a junior. But otherwise, it's been really first-year guys for St. Anthony's that have helped them in a year where they have been perfect, and nearly perfect if you don't count that one game against Pelham. Bentley will get to the puck first. Couldn't get it out in time. Will look and now move a pass over to his blue line partner, Ryan Haight. Angles it off the boards, and an icing. Oh, we haven't counted how many icings that the Friars have had today, but I can tell you what, it's got to be close to double digits, if not more than. Whistles have really halted their play, a group that uses their speed, tenacity. Exactly a minute to go in the opening frame. Parisi will take a face-off and win it cleanly. Landolfi shoots, blocked in front off the body of Barnage. Parisi gets the puck back, tries to find Landolfi in the slot. And pinballed around a couple of times. Haight on an outlet pass will get it out of the zone, but Parisi will get the rubber first. Cross-ice pass back into no man's land, goes straight to a St. Anthony stick of Mancini. Barnage now on the far side, staying outside is Riggins. Into the slot. Tulio couldn't handle the feed from Barnage. 4 goals so far these playoffs. And if you look at the whole season, he hasn't played in a ton of games because of his travel with the Hitmen of New Jersey, but he has produced at a high level every time he's been out there, it seems. Pinching in is Liza. Now Liza, the blue liner, with 10 seconds to play. Pushes the body up into the corner. Haggerty is the one over there. Parisi comes away with the puck with 2 seconds, now 1. They will get the shot off in time, but it won't end up hitting the goal, as Max Squeary took that just inside the blue line. That's going to do it for the first 15 minutes. Wasn't the prettiest. You can see on either side, eventually started to open up a little more. You don't want to get into a track meet with St. Anthony's if you are Chaminade. The Flyers lead 1-0.
Love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Join us every Wednesday for Morning Skate, as Dylan Butler will bring you around the tri-state area with the best hockey highlights around Long Island, Hudson Valley, and New Jersey. That's only on News 12 Varsity. Dan Severino here with you this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Second period gets underway. Wonderling to our left, D'Amatos to our right for Chaminade. A 1-0 lead for the home team here in game number 2, and it's really because of this line. But this time they turn the puck over, and Sciaretta will work it into the near corner. Sciaretta wearing the C on his chest, tries to change direction as Pacifico is right along the half wall. A battle into the corner, 2-on-2, coming away. Sciaretta into the slot. Pacifico couldn't get the shot off. Radin throws the bump, and the first penalty will end up coming against Chaminade. Cross-check will be the call. Ed Smith of Chaminade, the head coach, mentioned to me before this game, you need to stay out of the box, especially against the Friars. They're too talented. Well, it will be Alex Squeary who sits in the sin bin for cross-check. And it comes at 40 seconds of period number 2. To the far wall, Sharetta, Pacifico. Bounces around, trying to just get it off in front of the net, Mahlmeister. Into the near corner, Radin. Check that, Pekarski will send it all the way down the sheet. Pekarski actually had 2 goals on this ice in the 3rd regular season meeting between the 2 clubs. Around the boards. After Michael Haggerty will send it. First one to it is Donnelly. As he flags it down at the far end. Couldn't clear. Barnage with a hard spin. Stick handles at the top of the point. Surveys. Fires. And it got deflected over the cage. A wraparound chance from Kazi, and D'Amatos will cover. This power play, they work on it a lot in practice. Especially the transition. What's been most impressive, especially early on in the season, was the puck movement. Haggerty and Barnage, the 2 guys who stand at the point. Haggerty is generally the QB. Sent down the length of the ice. And that will kill off more time. Haggerty can go coast to coast. Always need to look out for that. Very speedy defenseman. An outlet pass right onto the tape of Kazi, but a turnover. Here's Parisi. Stick handles into the slot. Bounces around, and now Mahlmeister will fly up ahead to Kazi. The junior flying down the right wing. Tries the drop pass to Sharetta. And it'll be pitchforked back out to center ice by Chris Parisi. Kept in at the point by Barnage. He'll change direction one more time from right to left. Chaminade gets to the puck first. Parisi fighting for it along the near wall. Will get it out in time as under a half minute to play here in this first power play for the Friars. Barnage is hounded by Tim Landolfi. He'll angle a pass off the boards right onto the blade of Mahlmeister. Inside of the blue line now with 10 seconds to go on this power play. Top of the slot, pulling a string, score! Greg Barnage. Well, the puck had eyes. Not sure who it deflected off of, but either way, it hit the back netting. It's a power play goal. We're tied up at 1. He's got such a good shot from that point. And you want to talk about the playoffs stepping up. That's now his 9th goal on the season and 5th one alone in this postseason. Last year was 3rd on the team in scoring, the real go-to guy. And this year, when they have needed him the most, he has elevated his game. A high-level travel player. And arguably, and I was even saying it the other day, off mic, he might be the top 2-way player in the entire league. Well, definitely the top 2-way player in the entire league, but maybe the entire island, you can argue. The 1-1 game. Tulio, 2-on-2. Shoots, saved by D'Amatos. And it works out to the far corner. Kept in by Zamble, and now Allen. Allen gets some room. Feathers a pass down low. Forlenza couldn't spin around and fire. Will fight for the puck, and here is Allen on the far wall. Allen with space, shoots, saved by D'Amatos. Falls down, tries to jump back. They get a shot off, and it didn't reach the cage. Forlenza, cross ice, tape to tape, top of the slot. And a miss that came up high from Tim Allen. The Friars are buzzing since that goal, and you can kind of feel it in the crowd as well, because they have really come out to support today. Captain just inside the blue line. Donnelly off the boards. Here's Radin on a breakaway. Radin, stick stop by Wonderling. Bailing out his D. Now Trevor Radin, who has the lone goal today for Chaminade. He just got caught behind the D. Nobody saw him. Perfect play by Donnelly, and Radin was able to get a good chance. Nick Kazi to transition game. Down the left wing. Fights off a couple of checks. Squeer will get to the puck first. Flipped it off the boards. Pekarski battles in the middle of the paint. Taken back and just kept in by Cabal, but the referee says otherwise. 4:28 into period number 2, and this really has been all St. Anthony's. A neutral zone draw. Landolfi and Sciaretta, won by Landolfi. Timmy plays it off the boards. Moving down low, here is Haggerty. And a penalty will be coming, and it will go most likely against Parisi. That is going to be the call. So it seems to be a boarding call against Parisi. Again, you had to stay out of the box. And so far here in the middle frame, that has been an issue. So at 4:42 of period number 2, it's power play number 2 for the Friars. And again, their power play goal came with under 10 seconds. Couldn't generate a ton. It was just a simple shot by Barnage at the point, traffic in front, and was able to light the lamp. 2-on-2 behind the cage. Kazi will come away with the rubber. Gets out of traffic, moves it to Haggerty at right point. Cross-ice pass. From the boot back to the blade, Barnage. Dance it around, a couple of crossover moves, looking like a point guard. Flipped back out, and will be kept in. Top of the left circle. Kazi, saucer pass to Sciaretta. Sciaretta shoots low, and it's a stick stop. It'll stay in play, though. And cleared all the way down the ice. There's so much talent on this Friars power play. You don't know who to try and zone in on. Haggerty going coast to coast. As he puts on the Jets, crossing over the blue line. Spins around the net, back to the point. Barnage, cross-ice pass, and angled it too far, looking for Kazi in that far corner. Kazi now, top of the left circle. Stays just inside the blue line. Garnered over to the near side by Barnage. Shoots! What a stop by D'Amatos. He did not see that attempt from Haggerty. Barnage into the near corner with 40 seconds to play on this power play. A good stick check keeps it in the zone momentarily. Eventually it is cleared with a half minute to go. Haggerty flying up the middle of the ice. Nice play by Liza as Chaminade almost got caught on the line change. Kept in just inside the blue line by Sciaretta. Whips around a couple of times. Barnage couldn't hold, and Sciaretta will bring it back in his own real estate with 10 seconds to go on this power play. Takes a couple of hops, hits the goal. D'Amatos will just cover it up as he sees the pressure from Mahlmeister. And they didn't like that snow shower the sophomore gave him. Paul D'Amatos, in goal for the last 2 JV championship teams. A travel player who plays actually at this rink here for Nassau County. Very cool cat in there, good glove. That was the MO on him. Again, the Chaminade JV team has been really exceptional. Champs 3 of the last 4 years, including the last 2 seasons. And on top of it, they're right now playing in the finals against Iona Prep. And keep your eye on the Gales, especially next season. They'll be bringing up some exceptional talent. So will Chaminade. Ed Smith gets an explanation why there was not an unsportsmanlike penalty. Not too happy with the call, but he'll have to deal with it. A face-off win by the Flyers, flipped out to the middle of the ice. Over the length of the sheet. And St. Anthony's will go 1 for 2 on the power play. Down the near side of the rink. Canceled out back in their own end by Haight. D to D, Corwin surveys. And will flip a pass down the near side. Parisi couldn't get to it first. Zamble was the one for St. Anthony's. Skating ahead is Landolfi, dispossessed. Watch out for Tullio. Tulio working down the left side. It's bashed into the boards on a good hit by Squeary. A clear attempt goes off the behind of Tim Landolfi and stays in the zone. Allen along the far wall. Works into the slot. Will lose a handle on the puck and have to go back in his own end. Saucer pass over to Zamble, who had pressure and had to move the puck quickly. Tulio goes off the back blade of John Riggins. But to it first is going to be St. Anthony's. Now the good hustle play. Tulio in that far corner. Gets past one check, not the second. Landolfi will stick the puck out to the far side, and Parisi will try and slide it back out to center, which he does smoothly. This period really has been all St. Anthony's, and once they cut down on the icing and the missed passes, they've been a lot more crisp. They've been moving the puck down low, just playing better hockey. Michael Heck drops it for Pekarski, a delayed offside. Heck, McCormick, and Radin have been one of the best lines so far today. And right now, it's Pekarski out there with them. Down the left side of the rink, Mancini moving up into the play. Sheretta tried to cover him at the point. Here's Michael Heck going the other way. Looks to go past Haggerty, plays him nicely. Pekarski throws a shot on cage, which was stick down by the defense of Joe Pacifico. Heck scores! Another grinded out play in the corner, and another goal inside of the slot. It's 2-1. Just a strong play down low. Again, this is a chip and chase team. This is a group that is always going to grind it out into the corners. And it works once again. So a 2-1 lead. And it comes at 7:40 of period number 2. After really getting outplayed most of this middle frame. Now it's Chaminade who feels the energy of the crowd. Barnage looking to find Riggins. Too high of a pass. Cabal gets the puck first. Barnage dances around a defender. Shields off a check, still controlling the rubber. Circles back just inside the blue line. Nice saucer pass. Bentley! And a shot while it was stopped by D'Amatos. Kept in at right point. Here's Bentley again. Blocked in front. Bentley couldn't clear for a third time, so Radin will gain the red line and send it down deep, go off for a change. It's about 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Riggins into the slot. Tulio tries to find Barnage. Couldn't handle the feed. Parisi on the transition game. And he will chip and chase the Chaminade way. Spills into the far corner. Averting a hit was Tim Landolfi that was trying to be thrown by Tulio. Out to the near side of the ice. Here's Malmeister. Gets past a couple of checks, and McCormick will move it out to center ice. Such a tough angle in that corner to see, so we apologize if we can't get exactly who is on the puck into that corner. And these boards we mentioned back in the last meeting between these two teams that we were able to broadcast for you, they do look very familiar if you are a professional hockey fan in the NHL or a New York Islander fan. These are the old boards from the old barn. Still have a little extra magic maybe left in them. Squeary will move it back out to center as the visiting team chant, "Let's go Friars." Zamble, tape to tape, and a beautiful one. Valenza pulls the string, left flipper stop. Ricochets back out to the high slot, but cleared to the neutral zone. Zamble gets past a pesty Peter Pekarski. That's good alliteration. John Perez doesn't agree. Make sure you check out John Perez's article at the end of this game. Easy glove stop by D'Amatos. Squirry will also put Mahlmeister into the boards, which upsets him just a little bit, but a whistle will come with 3:26 to play here in the second. It's amazing what these two teams have been able to do over the last couple of years. Again, 4 of the last 5 finals have been between these two groups. Such a great rivalry in so many different sports that they play, whether it's basketball, lacrosse, which is just around the corner, or even on the rink. You say these two, St. Anthony's, Chaminade, you know it's going to be a fighting battle to the very end, and that is what Chaminade's going to give you. Despite losing game 1 7-0 and trailing 1-0 in this series. Sharetta will flag it down in Chaminade real estate, yet it is a smart play by Norton, who plays it off the boards. Now they get some space down the far side. Pekarski tries to center in front. Behind the cage, Haggerty will glide down the far side of the rink. Gains the blue line. Gets tripped up, no call. Kazi! Oh boy. He had plenty of open space on the top right corner of the net. And I think that actually hit the bar and went out. Either way, what a chance. That could have equalized this game at 1 apiece. 2:30 to play here in the second. Barnich and Morin. Won by the Flyers. Played off the boards by Corwin. And flying down the left side is going to be Radin. Gets tangled up, 2-on-1 into the near corner. They'll change direction to the far side, but it'll be Riggins who gets the puck first. Pitchforks back out to center, and Squirry will send the cross-ice pass right onto the blade of Corwin. Tries to feather one up the middle of the sheet, couldn't get it to Radin. And now the Friars will move ahead. Barnich puts on the brakes just inside of the blue line. And they'll have to regroup back out in their own end. Of the 13-plus minutes that have been played here in the second, you have to say 12 of them have been dominated by St. Anthony's. Yet it is Chaminade that scored one of the 2 tallies that came in the middle frame. Off the boards again, icing will be the call. 96 seconds to play here in the second period. Again, as the Long Island hockey season comes to a close, we're done in Nassau County, we're done in Suffolk. The winner of this series will play a Champions up in Buffalo, and they will be going up to Buffalo for the state tournament in the Catholic League. Yet we have plenty of New Jersey and Hudson Valley coverage coming up for you over the next couple of weeks, including the Jersey State Championships that will be played at the Menin Arena. What a building that's going to be for all those finals. Lou Brogno and Dylan Butler will have all the action. And our producer, cameraman John Strebsky, will also be joining them in the Garden State. Moved out to the center of the ice. Couldn't find Barnich on the cross-ice feed. It was canceled out by Parisi, who moves down the left side of the ice. Changing direction one more time. Shielding off a check was Max Squirry. Yet he was dispossessed. Back out to center. Norton will lose it. And now an odd man rush if they hurry. Big shot from Mahlmeister. That misses wide. The other way. Blocker stop into the corner off the twig of Parisi. Allen and Squirry. They'll come together in that far corner with a half minute to play here in the second period. Taking a spill in the middle of the ice was one of the Flyers of Chaminade. Still battling for the puck in front of the 2 benches. And our photog Dave Anderson getting a great look at it as well. 19.2 on the clock here at Cantiac Ice Rink. Hicksville, Long Island, New York. Again, we have plenty of Long Island basketball coverage upcoming for you. Tomorrow, the Suffolk A Finals. If you check live games, you have the full schedule on the upcoming week, which of course watch on the News 12 Varsity app, news12varsity.com, and channel 614. Raiden uses his mitt, then tries to use his blades to try and keep it in, but they'll end up doing it for period number 2. It is Chaminade that has taken a lead once again. 2-1 is the score. We'll head to the third period. Let's see if the Flyers can starve off elimination and force an if necessary game on Wednesday, or it'll be St. Anthony's who will win their 6th title in the last 7 years. Stay tuned for more. We'll resurface the ice and be back for the third period, only on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
30 minutes of hockey have been played. It's a 2-1 lead for Chaminade over St. Anthony's. 1-0 so far in this series. St. Anthony's can clinch title number 6 in the last 7 years. If not, Chaminade holds on. There will be a game number 3. It will be Wednesday night. The Friars really outplayed the Flyers back in the middle frame. Yet it was Chaminade who took the lead back after being tied for a little bit of time. Goal scorers today are Raiden, Barnich, and Heck. We bring it down to center ice. Paul D'Amatos is to our left for Chaminade. To our right, it's Nick Wonderling. Sticks down, puck down, underway, third period. Thanks so much for joining us, only on News 12 Varsity. Well, maybe that was kind of the break that Chaminade needed. Going into it, make some adjustments. The same thing can be said because it wasn't a great finish for St. Anthony's. Sharetta in the far corner. Squeary and Landolfi will battle, and coming away will be St. Anthony's. It's Chaminade with a good stick check up the middle of the ice, and here is Jack Corwin. Corwin shoots, and a glove stop by Wonderling on that left circle attempt. Corwin comes out there. 3 goals, 18 assists. The forward, along with Morwin, actually play on a line together on their travel team, which is why they had some chemistry throughout the season. This line has had chemistry today. McCormick, Raiden, and Heck. After winning the face-off, good stick check, Riggins will fly down the left wing. Here's Tullio. Tullio with a low shot and a pad save by D'Amatos. Into the far corner. Pushed up against the boards. It's Donnelly and a better play by Tullio. They get the puck loose. Barnich gets hounded by McCormick. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Smartly plays it along the boards. Riggins shields off the check. Stays with the rubber. Tries the one-handed pass. Couldn't get it. Barnich getting the puck back in the middle of the ice. Now dispossessed. They'll send it down the far wing. Raiden against Haggerty. And a penalty is upcoming as well. It will go against Chaminade. Remember, St. Anthony's is 1 for 2 on the power play. Inside, score! Coast to coast again! Michael Haggerty on a delayed penalty, and we're knotted up at 2 goals apiece. Less than 90 seconds into period 3. Well, we've seen him do that before, and on the same end of the ice. Michael Haggerty, 9th goal of the season. Believe it or not, his first points of the playoffs. And now it's Chaminade looking to respond once again. Parisi on the forecheck, getting to it first will be Max Squeary. Hay plays it along the boards, and moving ahead is Tim Allen. Right in the middle of the ice, getting tripped up was Mahlmeister and Liza. Both teams wanted the call. none there. That is common when you see two coaches who, of course, are alumnuses of their own team. Ed Smith graduated from Chaminade in '89. Bob Lund used to wear the C when he played for St. Anthony's. A wraparound shot, score! Parisi! Tenacious forecheck, and just like that, 34 seconds later, the Flyers are back on top. Chris Parisi. Last year put up some big numbers playing with Michael Landolfi, a guy that you can, of course, put up on the Mount Rushmore of Chaminade hockey. This season, he contributed with 15 goals, 28 points, second on the team in scoring, only behind Michael's brother, Tim. Add one more to that today. 29th point of the season. More importantly, a 3-2 lead. And what a quick response by Chaminade. The best thing they could have done there. Nick Kazi dangles down the left side, feeds in front, and it trickles right through the blue paint. Kazi fighting for it again, couldn't get the puck, and now Radin stays onside, shoots, and it flips up into the netting. So face-off will come inside of the St. Anthony zone. You know there's always going to be bragging rights between these two teams and for really the rest of their lives when you play for one of these two prestigious schools. Even more so when you play on the same men's league team as the two head coaches play with one another. It's a rivalry and a friendship. And it makes it even better when they meet in the finals once again. Ed Smith playing on the team with tons of St. Anthony's alums, really. As him and Lund just became friends, didn't realize that each other were the head coaches, because both weren't the head coach at the time. Again, Ed Smith only in his second season, Bob in his third. Here's a shot, and it just misses wide as Cabal with a good attempt. Spreading the legs out as D'Amatos, and the puck was lost sight, so we'll have a face-off inside of the zone. It's been a fun third period already, and we're less than 4 minutes in. As Morp continue to file into Cantiac Ice Rink, they have also made their way to the near side of the ice. Much of the past has been closed off to everyone else, and we're the only ones over here. But not today for a championship game. Parisi will end up getting a retaliation penalty. He felt there should have been one called on a hook, yet it will be a slash for the retaliation. And St. Anthony's will go to power play number 3. Remember, it was a delayed penalty 33 seconds in when Haggerty tied up the score. So at 3:27, slashing against the last goal scorer. His second penalty so far of the contest. Again, 1 for 2 on the power play are the Friars. They did score in their first one. That came 40 seconds in. Pulling the string is Kazi in the high slot. Got stopped and sent down the ice by Morwin. Haggerty. Headman's Kazi, who flies through the center's sheet. Stick check in the middle of the ice by Corwin, and Mullmeister is now offside. And another clear will come. So good at these breakouts are Haggerty. Leads a pass to the captain, Sharetta, who angles a pass down to the near corner. Flagged down by Kazi, dispossessed. Reaching in for it is McCormick. Getting it back is Barnich for St. Anthony's. Barnich inside, fires, rebound, score! It's a power play goal. And it's Joe Pacifico who ties the game at 3. Barnage just cut inside. D'Amatos made the first save. And Pacifico with the tally. First points of these playoffs. 9 goals on the season now for the alternate captain, the senior who wears number 12. It comes at 4:46 of period number 3. Well, Ed Smith said it. Big keys to this game. No turnovers in the neutral zone. And stay out of the box. It's the retaliation penalty after a non-call, which probably could have went his way. That gets the Friars back on the board. And we're tied up at 3 goals apiece. Cross-ice pass kept in by Zamble, yet it goes right to the blade of McCormick, who moves up the middle of the ice. Loses an edge, he crosses the blue line. Ball pinballs around a couple of times. Inside the slot, now 2-on-2 the other way. Ryan Haight, the junior. The blue liner spins around, gets pushed up into the boards by Donnelly. Haight into the slot. Riggins couldn't handle the feed. Tape to tape, and they'll move it behind the net. For Lenza, one-timer! St. Anthony's has the lead. Riggins came out of nowhere. And it's a 4-3 game. "58 seconds between 2 goals. Between the game-tying goal and the first lead of the contest for St. Anthony's. So now Chaminade already playing from behind in the series. Playing from behind most of the season series. Playing from behind in the playoffs as well. They now need to at least tie and win. One-timer, Mancini misses on the lefty attempt. Pacifico. Landolfi gains the red stripe, now the blue as he chips and chase. Parisi will get to the puck first. It's knifed off his blade by Pacifico. Kept it at the blue line though by Donnelly. Whips a pass to the far side. Off the boards. Here comes Nick Kazi. Kazi into the slot, pulls the string, got deflected. Flags it down behind the net. Fighting for the rubber and coming away is going to be Norton. Tries to play it off the boards, kept in at right point by Haggerty, who already has a goal in this game and in this period. Landolfi down the left side of the ice. Takes the hit and will go flying. Mancini works out of traffic, playing it off the board. Slides a pass on an outlet. Radin throws a check in the process, and Chaminade gets the puck back on the outlet pass that was canceled out. Tullio looking for Barnage offside. And he would have been off to the races. 7:43 to go. St. Anthony's has their first lead of the game on a John Riggins goal. Riggins, one of the sophomores on this team, 7th of the season, 2nd in the playoffs. Bob Lund has said it plenty of times. He wouldn't bring up a sophomore unless he felt they were going to have a big contribution to this varsity group. If not, he would keep them down to JV so they can get their minutes, get their time on the ice. Well, he brought up 3 sophomores this year, and every single one has contributed in a big way. Radin will get the puck into the far corner, spins, fires, and it's stopped by Wonderling. Parisi, check that McCormick. Will spin it now behind the net. Ryan Haight on a D-to-D pass. McCormick comes flying in, takes out the legs of Haight, no call. Tullio, cross-ice pass right onto the blade of Barnage. Barnage shoots, just misses. D'Amato's got a piece. Gets the puck back again. Good stick check will end up slowing down at effort from Zach Morin. Barnage saying when he took that feed from Mancini the other night in game 1. The puck's loose in front, spin around attempt, just missing was Maulmeister. The seam pass was just so perfect and so pretty. So I said it, my father, our father, and hope for the best. Behind the net. That goes through the paint. Allen using that big body, comes away with the rubber. Tenacious on the puck, trying to turn over Landolfi, kept in at left point by Cabal. Corwin will play it off the boards. This will be an icing with 5:57 to play here in period number 3. St. Anthony's, a team that lost 11 seniors. Some of their top scorers, top defensemen, guys who are playing at a high level, whether for a club or for high-level travel in junior hockey. Yet they brought back so much. And the contributions from the underclassmen have helped them get to this point, this 17-0 season in the league. Cross-ice pass, couldn't get it there. Now here's Liza. The defenseman tries to flip a pass up to Parisi. He couldn't get it. It'll be delayed offside as Squeary got to the biscuit first. On top of it, 4 different players for St. Anthony's played on their B team last year, a team that was created that played in the Suffolk High School Hockey League, which has a lot of very talented players. We've seen it throughout the year. This year it was Smithtown defeating Ward Melville in the championship game. But having 4 guys on there and all of them showing that they've earned their stripes, their dedication, they've gotten better. Cabal being one of them, and he's already had himself a pretty good game and a nice season. Sharetta will get to the biscuit first into the near corner. Now here's St. Anthony's as they cycle back to the point for Bentley. Pacifico, he has a goal today. High shot coming from Kazi that was stopped by D'Amatos. That tough angle, he's looking forward again. Down the near side of the ice, Parisi stays on side. Dangles pass, but lost the rubber. And now on the far sheet, a pass up the middle of the ice to the boot, right to the blade. Kazi fires, misses, the trailer, Pacifico, and whips it wide. D'Amatos flops around towards the left, lost his stick, now using it defenders. He's got Connor Norton's stick. Luckily, he doesn't have to use it, so he'll cover up. Under 4 minutes to play. Back-to-back unanswered goals, 58 seconds apart from one another, have given the Friars the lead. Friday night was near perfection, showing how much they wanted it. Since coming out of the gate, especially in the third, they have really shown they wanted it. Dominating really period 2, but going into the locker room trailing. Here's Tullio, and he just misses high. Excellent chance. A face-off at the right dot. First meeting 8-4, second 3-2, the third 4-3 on this ice. Game 1, 7-0. The score right now, another 1-goal game. Radin cancels out an attempt, glides up the middle of the ice, but turns it over to Riggins, who as of right now had the go-ahead goal. Here's Tullio, puts on the brakes, looks for someone to pass to. Squeary bashes him into the boards and will move the puck ahead to Morwin. Here is Zach Morwin. 6 goals on the season, none will be bigger than right now to tie it up. Wonderling shuffles the pass. They try a stretch to Barnich. It does not work, yet Maulmeister gets the puck back. Maulmeister tries to work around Donnelly. Will move the puck into the near corner. Parisi bangs it right off of the boards right in front of his own bench. Mancini D to Haggerty. Maulmeister chips it down deep. St. Anthony's will change. 2 minutes and 30 seconds approach. Baumeister shoots off the end of the glove by D'Amatos. Cross-ice pass trying to headman Parisi. No icing will come. Parisi trying to grind it out into the near corner. He won't get to the puck first. Haggerty up the middle of the ice. Allen, drop pass. Baumeister to the backhand. D'Amatos with another stop. That could have been the dagger. Connolly sends it down deep. Played along the near half wall. Allen gets the puck first, goes into the bench. And with 1 minute and 41 seconds, a timeout will be called by Chaminade. Well, if you're just joining us, Chaminade has led most of this game. Radin got on the board first on just their second shot of the contest. Barnage ties it up to begin the second period, a power play goal. Michael Heck got the lead back at 7:40. A 2-1 advantage going into period number 3. St. Anthony's, Haggerty on a delayed penalty, tying it up one more time. Parisi took the lead just 24 seconds later, followed by 2 goals in a less than a minute span. Pacifico on the power play, in addition to John Riggins. It's now 4-3. There still is the state championship. Again, this year it is in upstate New York. St. Anthony's would love that to be the next game to close out their season. That is unless Chaminade can do something in the next 1 minute and 41 seconds. A win today, again, would force a Game 3, Wednesday night at Dix Hills. A right circle faceoff, an empty net for Chaminade. Faceoff win, just missing is Landolfi. Pacifico gets to the biscuit first, flips it back out to center, and that is where Corwin will move it to Morwin. Stick check by Sharetta. Gets to Kazi. Back out to the neutral zone. Parisi gets taken down. 1 minute 20 to play, with the season on the line for Chaminade. In front, Radin fighting for the loose puck. Up the middle of the ice. Here's Kazi and the empty netter. Chaminade is 1 minute and 6 seconds away. Another good pass up the middle of the ice. Despite giving up more goals tonight than they had in the entire playoffs, it is St. Anthony's that has scored 3 unanswered tallies here in the third period. It's like deja vu at Kaniag all over again, except this one means a little bit more. A cover up by D'Amatos, and a face-off will come in the Chaminade end. Chaminade won it in 14-15. That is when they swept St. Anthony's. We have not gone to 3 games since the 2013-14 season when St. Anthony's defeated Monsignor Farrell. And if this score holds up over the next 45 seconds, we will not be heading to 3 games. The chant is "Let's go Friars." And in just about a half minute, they can celebrate their 6th championship in the last 7 years. Into the far corner. Sharetta to Haggerty. Again, Haggerty scored such a big goal in front, and it's a 1-goal game with 15 seconds to go. Tim Landolfi. Puck found his stick. And there's still a little bit of hope left for Chaminade. D'Amatos will come out of his net. Norton will be the extra attacker. He will stand on the top of the blue paint, defending that goal. There is 16.6 right now on the clock. They will add 0.4 of a second. 17 seconds to play. A one-goal game. A face-off win by St. Anthony's because they push it all the way down deep. 10 seconds to go. Bounces right off of the official. 5 seconds left. Pacifico holds on to the puck, and now St. Anthony's can celebrate. Another Catholic High School Hockey League championship. A sweep over their bitter rivals. And a 5-4 win here in Game 2. It was a big third period. Despite trailing 2-1 heading into the final frame, that turned the tide of this game. Pacifico scored, and Riggins, less than a minute later. That was the go-ahead goal. An empty netter by Kazi now proves to be the 5th one and the most important one. 6th time in the last 7 years. That title's going back to Huntington. The two teams will shake hands, a great sign of respect in this rivalry. And St. Anthony's, once again, your champions, will have a chance to take on and go up to Buffalo and play one of those teams, depending on the results, for the state title in the Catholic High School Hockey League. Stay tuned for more. 5-4, the final score here at Canada Geistring. We'll be back talking to one of the victorious champion St. Anthony's Friars.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Welcome back to News 12 Varsity. St. Anthony's, your champions here in the Catholic High School Hockey League. We're joined by Mike Haggerty, who wears the A on his sweater, and also now back-to-back championships. You go from your sophomore year where you lose to Chaminade to now beating them in the finals. 2 straight years. How does this feel?
Oh, it's a dream come true. We've been working so hard this year. Our season has just been great. The boys are great. Having a young team this year, it's all we wanted to do. We just wanted to play, win our state championship again, and we're going to do it. We're going to go for the state championship again. We got our championship. It's been great, and it's been a great year. Just nothing better.
You mentioned about some of the young kids. It's the sophomores who actually got it done with the last couple of goals. When you see Riggins bury that shot just a minute later, what's going through your mind?
Oh, Riggins is such a great player. I mean, it is so great to see that our sophomores are getting into the game because they are so good. I just see him going to the front of the net, pass, boom, goal. And you just know that he was there, ready for it, and he just put it in, paid the price.
You guys are trailing 2-1 going into the third period today. Even though you really outplayed them back in the second frame, you come out, quick goal by you, another coast-to-coaster. I mean, what are you seeing on the ice during that part?
Well, I was going around the net, and I saw that there was open ice, so I was like, all right, hey, I'm going to take it on the outside. So I go on the outside, I cut in, I see he takes a step in, and I take the outside, and I see short side open, so I went up, and it got in. Great shot.
This group overall has had just such a great chemistry with one another. It's just been a tenacious work ethic from start to finish. What makes this team so special?
Heart. Heart on the team. Our heart is, there's no heart like it. We work hard every day, no matter what, and we get the job done.
For these seniors, I saw you guys obviously having a special moment on the side, giving each other some hugs. I mean, to come out now your senior year and come with another championship, what does it mean to you guys?
Oh, it means everything. This is what we've been coming here for every single day, working hard every single day, and this is what we want, and we got it done.
Mike, go enjoy this one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Michael Haggerty, who scored a big goal today that kind of turned the tide in the third period. And guess what? He's a champion once again. Back-to-back years for St. Anthony's as they defeat Chaminade here in 2 games. That's going to do it for us here at News 12 Varsity. Many thanks to our entire crew, as always. For Josh Trepsky, I'm Dan Savarino saying thanks so much for watching. For News 12 Varsity, we'll catch you next time.
love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.